Did you know that sex trafficking and human trafficking is one of the top committed crimes throughout the world? It doesn't matter your age or your gender or your race. You could be a potential victim for sex and human trafficking. Often people ask, is our government doing enough? What are they actually doing to help? Hi, my name is Nicole Manley, and I've done a lot of research about human trafficking. Today, I'm here to talk about how our government is not doing enough. How do I know the government's not doing enough? Well, the United States is one of the top in the countries of the world for human trafficking. According to world population, it is estimated that 199,000 incidents of human trafficking occurs within the United States every year. And it hasn't gotten any better since the government has instated a couple of laws. Well, I believe that our government can do so much more to prevent this from happening, and how I think that they could do this is they need to rise with their penalties for human trafficking for when somebody gets caught. Right now, our government has it as a law that people will only serve up to 5 years, and if you're underage, you'll just serve up until you turn 18, and there might be a small fine. I believe the reason why our country and our state is so bad about it is because our government isn't doing enough for the penalties. I believe that they need to do more. And how can they do more? They need to add a longer sentence and a bigger fine. France has done this and has completed and lowered their crime rate. For France, according to the French Department of State, their penalties for human trafficking is up to 10 years imprisonment and a fine up to 1.69 million. And because of this, their crime rate has dropped. Some people might argue against me, saying that the government is doing enough because they spend a lot of time on these cases. Well, I have proof that they aren't spending a lot of time on there. Nicole Dutch went through multiple different sources and different departments throughout all the world and asked them to determine how much on an average of time they spent on these cases. And she came down to a conclusion everybody can't determine the average. They said over 44% of the time they actually just will determine on if it's your race and if your age. If you're a teenager, it's typically often that you're just considered a runaway. So their average time spent differs. It just depends on your case in general. And when she conducted this, she found out that the government actually does not spend that much time on these cases. In conclusion, the government is not doing enough to prevent human trafficking. And now that you guys know that there is another way for them to try and stop human trafficking, go out and tell the world. Let everybody know the government is not doing enough and there is other ways they can indeed help. Don't forget that there is always a solution to these types of problems. You just have to inform a lot of people to get the message across.